You may have asked yourself, what are the dire issues appertaining to having poor persuasion skills, and what causes lackluster persuasion skills? Today we're going to be dabbling into this topic and demystifying the answers to those inquiries. Unfortunately, the problems with having poor persuasion skills are exorbitant. They will impinge on your ability to attain career growth. There's no viable career prospects as you make an earnest attempt to climb up the corporate hierarchy. If the other candidates are more persuasive than you, then they're going to be hired over you. Even though you may trump them in terms of credentials, intellect, competence, and skill sets, it's just the way the game works. It's not based on logic. People hire based on emotions, so you need to appease the hiring manager. You need to persuade him to hire you over others. People hire others they trust, that they resonate with, and that they can perceive as a long-term employee. So, if you want viable career prospects, then hone, augment, enhance your persuasion skills. It's incumbent, salient, paramount, and pivotal. Let's move on. If you're an entrepreneur and you lack stellar, robust persuasion skills, it's going to culminate in you not being able to convince venture capitalists to invest in your ideas. Moreover, it's also going to culminate in you not being able to efficaciously entice prospective customers to procure your products. So it's going to undermine your ability to sell your products. It's going to compromise your sales revenue. You're going to have a lower sales volume. People are going to be disinclined to buy from you if you can't persuade them to purchase your products. Moreover, if you have poor persuasion skills, you're more likely to be persuaded, exploited, and manipulated. Furthermore, you're less likely to reap favors from other influential people, especially when your communication skills are subpar. So, unfortunately, nothing good can ensue from having poor persuasion skills. The outcomes, the culmination of having subpar persuasion skills is undoubtedly dire, calamitous, and unmerited. It's also going to impinge on your ability to form meaningful, lasting professional relationships. It's going to adversely impinge on your ability to grow your personalized brand and professional network. If you want to ramp it up to the next tier, you're going to have to be persuasive, whether you like it or not. It may cause you to harbor, to fester, a fear-based, negative scarcity mentality rather than an abundance, optimistic mentality. So, what are the causalities behind poor persuasion skills? Well, you may lack eye contact. You should always be keen on maintaining eye contact. It should be sustained when you converse with others. If you don't maintain eye contact, you'll be deemed as untrustworthy. You may have nothing in common with your audience. They may not be able to resonate with you. They may be less inclined to trust you if they don't know where you're coming from and you don't know their background and where they're coming from. So if there's no connection between you and your audience, then they automatically deem you untrustworthy, which is most unfortunate, but it is what it is. Furthermore, you may have a poor choice of verbiage. You may prattle on and on and on, and it's truly a deterrent for your audience. Why? Well, they'll be disinclined to continuously listen to you. They can't assimilate what you've already said, let alone what you're saying now. If your lessons can't marinate in the chasms of their mind, if they can't process information, what good is it? It's so unavailing, nugatory, futile, and an exercise of vanity. So you may have to keep your speeches compendious, succinct, concise, and you'll undoubtedly have to render them simplified if you want to have at least a modicum or an iota of a chance to capture your audience's attention and win over their trust. You don't want to overload them with far too much information. Moreover, when you converse with others, you don't want to come across as desperate. You don't want to lack enthusiasm. And you want to understand their culture, background. If you come across as desperate, they may perceive you to be manipulative. They may perceive you in a negative light. When you speak, you don't want to speak with speech impediments. You don't want to act emotionally unstable. People love buying. They just detest and disdain being sold to. So if you're selling products, you want to be able to help someone identify their problems and subsequently provide a solution. If someone is disinclined to hire you as a consultant because your rates are too high, then you need to hold your ground and explicitly state to them that these are my rates. I don't compete on price. If you're discontent with my pricing, then you could go with someone else that's cheaper. People buy based on emotions. You have to create a sense of urgency. People make imprudent, illogical, irrational decisions. Even if your markup is 1,000% relative to your competitors, you still may be inclined to hire you if you can win over their trust, and if your persuasion skills are strong enough. You need to be able to master closing the sale. So by mastering persuasion skills, you can literally attain anything you desire out of life. You could achieve your overarching goals. You could attain the utmost highest position in the corporate world. You could accomplish your higher aspirations. Some of the most influential people in history include Donald Trump, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, George Washington, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and of course, Jeff Bezos. The fact of the matter is I do need aid from other people. You may need to leverage human capital, financial resources. You need to be influential. You need to have leverage. And there's no better way to build a stellar personalized brand that's preordained to grow other than being highly persuasive. So if you put in the time, the work, and you work in a strategic manner rather than in a desultory manner, you'll likely culminate in unprecedented success, especially when coupled with you being able to always be persuasive when engaging with clients. So always exude tenacity, determination, and remember to hone, augment, and enhance the pragmatic, practical skill sets that matter most, which are the persuasion skill sets. Enhance your communication skills. Make sure you don't have tenuous body language. Make sure you don't come across as being timid, bashful, meek. Make sure you don't come across as desperate and sleazy. Make sure you dress professional. Pare down your verbiage to simplify your monologues, and always maintain eye contact. Make sure you understand your audience. Make sure you can resonate with them, and make sure you know how to appease others. So I hope that you found this video to be insightful. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.